some people have peanuts for bar snacks, but we're just having some lobster. If I'm going to live in the Boston area, you can bet your ass it's going to be in East Somerville. It's just urban enough, just neighborhood enough, and the liquor stores stay open plenty late. On any given Saturday, you can hammer down tongue tacos, feijoada, Peruvian chicken, and German beers the size of your head, all within walking distance of one another. Plus, there's no shortage of pretty girls to enhance the scenery. Not that this would ever make me self-conscious enough to not consume all of these things in one afternoon. In fact, from what I can tell, the women around here don't seem to mind at all when a man can't fit into a pair of skinny jeans. I'm not saying I don't have love for Boston proper, but I avoid that traffic any chance I get. Few people can appreciate the finer points of excess like wine expert and fellow Mainer, Jon Dietz. You've got to be able to keep up on all fronts, and trust me, Dietz is no rookie to this game. We had 11 shots.
Spitting, getting busy like a drug test, sipping on a blood red bud have, but I'm the best on the beats. It's destined to be S to the P, O to the S to the E, MC.
I'll be honest. More often than not, I drink copious amounts of wine, chased down by liquor, all by its lonesome. There are very few places that inspire me to actually pony up and try various cocktails, and Back Bar is definitely one of them. It's probably because everything here is so delicious that it doesn't even feel like drinking, at least until somebody tells you later on that you may have been behaving as such. Plus, they have spicy caramel corn as bar food, which is basically like Satan's Cracker Jack.
When I deliver uninhibited, riveted images of villagers, children, I got definitive scribbling.
Sam, basically, what is Back Bar all about? How did it come about? What do you strive to do here? What makes it different?
I was given this space a year and a half ago, and we lucked out. We have this cool back alley speakeasy without even trying to be. We're hard to find.
Even once you're in the door, you're still like, am I in the right place? Is receiving? What is going on here?
Someone will be on the phone with their friend, like, it's right there, it's right there. I'll be like, it might be easier just to hand the phone to me. Like, yeah, so we're an orange door behind a white van. That's where we are. The biggest thing I care about is people comfortable having a good time. And whether that means they're drinking cocktails, beer, wine, just having a bite to eat, whatever it is, I want to give them that experience. Taking high-end cocktails farther and farther, and now it's like almost like this sushi master type of thing where you sit down and, oh, just make me something, and then like half an hour later you actually have a cocktail. And
like, you know, Tom Cruise already did that.
It is. It's like flair bartending without any flair. It's like, check out how cool my garnish is.
Yeah,
like,
and you're like, oh, it's great, I don't want that.
Yeah.
If you have good ingredients, just use them. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's kind of like with chefs being like, oh, I'm using all local this and all local that. You're like, well, here's a pat on the back, but just make good food with it. All right, that being said, you know, we want to put our fate in your hands and just whatever you feel like making. It's friggin' hot outside, so whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever makes people happy and less hot.
Well, our signature variation on the Manhattan, we call it the Model T because this room, this was actually the first Ford dealership in the area. And what it's got going on is some Carpano sweet vermouth, some yellow chartreuse. Jim Beam Black is the secret ingredient in my Model T. It goes really well with this cocktail.
This weather makes me actually want to lose weight because I'm like, wow, it's really early to be having this much trouble just with warm weather in summertime. Every year it gets harder for me, and I'm like, maybe I should just chill it out a little bit, but I probably won't. So let's get drunk.
Let's get drunk. So I'm going to make you just a super classic daiquiri. White rum, I like to use El Dorado 3-year from Guatemala with fresh lime juice and a little bit of sugar. Easy does it. And then the one thing that kind of sets apart my Model T is that I rinse the glass with a clove-infused rum. So you're going to smell clove, but taste just an easygoing Manhattan. And that's where that extra wood flavor from the bourbon definitely gets exemplified. And I'm just going to top that with a cherry, call it a day.
I'm going to try the daiquiri first, I think.
Start with this one then. Cheers.
Cheers. Absolutely. Cheers. Thank you.
Welcome, guys. My pleasure.
Yeah, Yeah, that's. I'm gonna put one of these in a thermos and take it with us to the next. That's delicious and refreshing. Wow. Yeah, the beam is nice. You get a little bit of the barrel in there, that kind of mellow, woody. Yeah, that's delicious, man.
Because sometimes when I sit down at a bar, I'm like, I need something refreshing. Like,
after a shift, if you worked all night, I would kill like 3 of these, then be like, all right, I need to start drinking now. Like,
yeah, like a pint glass of daiquiri, and now I'm ready to run.
I'm not going to say it's totally off the beaten path at this point, because actually everybody is coming here now to open a restaurant. Like all these restaurateurs from around town are opening places in like off of Union Square and wherever on like the Cambridge Somerville border. So it's actually not really a secret so much anymore, but it just makes it that much better, because now you have these like kind of interesting high-end restaurants with all of this kind of stuff, which is freaking amazing. Rent some porn, get some sashimi grade fish, and
Asian porn. Wow.
Reliable video. I like my video reliable. I want to know if I'm going to risk the embarrassment of renting this, if I'm actually going to go rent it.
It's going to be worthwhile, yeah.
The first time I stumbled into Machu chicken, I knew before I even looked at a menu that I discovered something wonderful. I was the only one in the place, and my instincts told me to go directly for the whole chicken, so that's what I did. Every bite was extremely moist and permeated with the smoky flavor of charcoal and chicken schmaltz. Ungodly satisfying, and weirdly nostalgic considering I didn't grow up anywhere near Peru. If you're wondering if you should still come to Somerville, just look at that plate of chicken right there that we're about to just annihilate. We got some plantains going, salad, chicken gizzards on the way, along with some taco, which is like a rice and canary beans basically, but yeah, get into it, man.
Yeah, this reminds me of a few months ago. We roasted chicken and we were tearing into it, and you were like, why aren't there any restaurants where you can go just, you know, get a chicken and just eat it with your hands right off the bone? Well, here you go, right here. There are places, just not in Maine.
Yeah.
You have to come to Somerville. Yeah. But this chicken leg, damn.
Everybody loves delicious roast chicken. Anybody that I would actually eat with anyway.
This chicken, amazingly well seasoned. The meat's falling off the bone.
The flavor of the grill permeates the whole thing. All the meat is really, really tender. The skin is perfectly crispy. These sauces are just ridiculous. And it's freaking damn good bird. And it's cheap. So cheap. $16 for the whole roasted chicken with salad and sides. Yeah, it's his first time.
Oh, it's your first time?
Popping his cherry.
Oh.
My chicken cherry.
So we had the purple corn drink.
Yeah, it's our traditional drink made of the purple corn, on the cob. We just boil the whole thing, and we put some like pineapple skins, and we boil it. Well, it's chicha morada. We call chicha morada actually in Spanish.
So the sauces. One is a yellow chili and one's green chili.
The yellow is like kind of mild, and the green is more hot sauce. And the yellow is made with the yellow chili pepper, and then the green one is made with our special herb that is called huacatay.
Yep.
So.
And then of course the chicken. Now do you brine the chicken beforehand? Or
Yeah, definitely. We marinate it like the day before, and we marinate it with beer.
Oh, with beer? I think it makes it really tender too, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
and we
delicious.
cook with charcoal, as you see in the kitchen. Yeah.
Everybody's moving to Union Square now.
I remember 30 years ago, this place was kind of,
sketchy.
Yeah. But now I'm so happy. I see a lot of, activities that are going on, and bring more customers. And,
Yeah, it's delicious. Oh, thank you. After sweating out all of the drinks from the day, we went back out and drank a lot more. And then I came home and I ordered pizza, and the delivery driver got so lost after an hour and a half that I said, tell him to himself and don't even bother with the pizza. And then I went to bed hungry, which was good because I'm going to make huevos rancheros now to make me forget all of the bad things that happened to me last night. gonna leave all the seeds in because we aren't little bitches. This is a habanero pepper. It is a bad idea to masturbate after you cut these peppers. We have a bowl full of chopped onions, garlic, 2 kinds of chilies, we use jalapenos and habaneros, some bell pepper, more just for kind of color than anything else, because the heat's gonna come from the chilies. So these are all going to get cooked in bacon fat. I have decent grocery store bacon. You want to avoid the kind of what I call sweatshop bacon, like the really kind of ghetto, shitty bacon. I like a more of a meaty texture rather than a crispy texture with these. I think they work in the stew like that. Really good bacon, it might actually be a waste to throw them in a bunch of fucking pieces. There's no MSG in it. Black beans, bacon, chilies, onions, spices. Drinking on an empty stomach, that seems to be the theme of the weekend. Who this is? Who this is?
Yo, Joe, it's Spose.
Where you at?
Where are you, dude? I'm here at fucking Vinny's. I'm here at Vinny's, man. Where you at?
Shit.
I drove all the way from Maine, and you are still at your house eating brunch.
Well, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm coming down. I'm coming down. Just chill out. I'm coming down. Chill out. I'm gonna be there in a second.
All right, man. I'll wait it out here. I already been here for like 15 minutes. This dude in the Bruins hat over here is sketching me out.
What?
Sir, this is Vinny's, right? Okay, yeah. I'm here at Vinny's, man. I'm here with the regulars. Come on down, man. I'll see you here. I'll be inside.
I get so caught up in my hair of the dog fiesta that I forget all about my lunch plans with my friend and Maine-based hip-hop artist Spose.
I'm the broke moocher, you don't wanna wake up.
Jack Nicholson once told author Jim Harrison that only in the Midwest is overeating still considered an act of heroism. I say there's nothing more heroic than being completely incapacitated by a large platter of veal ossobuco from Vinny's, to the point where all I can do is go home and sit motionless in front of my TV watching old episodes of Friday Night Lights. Seriously, who doesn't find comfort in great Italian American fare? So it's safe to say that Vinny's actually was the reason that I moved into the apartment that I live in when I found out how close it was to Vinny's. And since I moved here 6 months ago, I've probably eaten here like 10 times. Because I freaking love it.
And you were 185 pounds when you first came here?
Yeah, when I first moved here, I was heart smart.
I used to be bigger than Joe when he moved here.
And then Vinny's happens. So have some this antipasti. If you look at this meat and this egg, and that's a proper platter of antipasti. Reminds me of growing up. My Italian side of the family, whenever anybody would die or get married or have a birthday, this is what you get. The sandwiches. We're drinking a Sardinian white wine called Costa Molino from Argiolas is the producer. The grape is Vermentino. Cold, refreshing, a little bit floral. You know, it's wine from a random island to the west of Italy. You know, I like whites and daily today. I mean, you just want like cold white wine. I don't really care. I don't want to think about it. Wines like this go with freaking everything. It doesn't matter. It's like as much as water goes with everything.
I usually have this after I pop some acid and I'm having some sea bass with artichokes. You know, that's usually how I do it.
Shut your fat face.
Even though I'm making him come in on his day off, I have to admit I'm pretty damn excited to sit down with Vinny, the man responsible for the ossobuco that got me to Somerville. As far as Vinny's, so when I came here 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, it was more of a grocery store up front. Because I remember I was like, oh, you walk into the store and it's closed, and then there's like this dining room.
That's one of the attractions of the place. Oh, it's a store in the front.
And then in the back, they serve this ossobuco. And do you know that the first time I ate here, this woman actually at a table next to me told me, like, made it a point to be like, I'm really impressed with how much you ate. Like, I ate like the manicotti, I ate the little necks, the ossobuco, and a cannoli. And I was saying I didn't have any boobs for like an hour. I got all flat up top, and I was like, I had to digest and like lie down. That was the first time I ate here. And I was like, I don't even care because the food was so goddamn good. Like, it doesn't even matter to me.
I started this business as a mom and pop variety store, like a 7-Eleven. And when they changed the blue law, supermarkets had to close Sunday and Monday holidays. I don't use people don't remember because it's that far back. I saw it coming, so I went into the deli. I had this room empty, and I went to Bunker Hill Community College 2 nights a week after working 12 hours a day. People were there for like a hobby, you know, lawyers, nurses, you know. I was there to open a business. And I think it's common sense myself. You use the best ingredients, you know, and you get the best results. When I started selling subs, they said to me, the neighborhood's mostly Irish. They don't know. Give them the cheap cold cuts. I said, I don't care if you're Jewish, Polish, everybody got taste buds. If you give people quality, they're gonna come back. That's common sense.
It's all how you treat people, man. Honestly, it comes down to that. That's why the only reason my stuff ever worked out for me is because it's just people you know. If you're good to people and you give them quality product.
Are you in the restaurant business?
No, I do music. And I'll go all in. I'll put every dollar I have into it to make it the best it can be.
That's the only way
Just
to
because,
go.
yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you, man.
That is phenomenal bread.
This
It is phenomenal.
This is friggin' delicious.
You can get addicted to that bread, I'm telling you.
I mean, look at me. This is what happened to me.
This bread comes from Toronto, Canada. It comes in frozen, and then you finish it off in the oven for like 5 minutes, and that's it.
It's
From
delicious.
Toronto.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
how you
awesome,
gotta
man.
roll, yeah.
You can't deny it. It's so good.
See, the difference between my restaurant and a lot of other restaurants is this. I buy from all specialty places. I don't buy from Cisco Foods. It's like a slaughterhouse. Yeah. I look for the best.
I love all the food here, but the dish that really stayed with me, I mean, something that I've been eating for a long time beforehand, but ever since I had your veal ossobuco, it kind of ruined it for me with everybody else. Which, okay, let's talk about so it's the ossobuco. My thoughts on it, or it's why I like it. It's almost it's like a veal stew because the braising liquid is like makes it kind of brothy. Look at that delightfulness that just comes out of there. That's just sexual.
That's like Marvin Gaye, sexual healing. Yeah.
That is sexual.
So first of all, you start off with a real hot frying pan. You can flour the meat, and then you braise it. What you're doing is you're sealing the juices inside of it, and then you get onions, carrots, and celery, and you saute them. And then I get homemade chicken stock, my famous marinara sauce, and then you get a little red wine, a couple of bay leaves, and here's the trick. Low heat, like 250 for 3 hours. You could get the toughest piece of meat and cook it like that, it will be like butter.
Or is that something you couldn't learn that at Bunker Hill?
Yeah, you can learn that at Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
You know, people kill me. I ain't giving my, why not? Let everybody be a great cook.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? You know?
Let great food live.
10 people can cook the same recipe and it's not going to taste the same.
Bingo. You know how many people try to make my sauce? My cousin. Side by side we made it. His son come home. He says, Vinny made some sauce. This ain't Vinny's sauce. What do you mean? We made it side by side.
It's all about the soul, man. It's all about the soul.
Yeah, what you said.
So you've been doing this for a long time. What keeps you interested in it?
But I have a passion and I have pride. And when somebody eats the food and I tell the wait staff, never ask a person how they like the food. So they think it's weird. I said, let me explain something to you. If your friend opened a restaurant and you went there to eat and the food was terrible, and then he come down and ask you, how's the food? What are you going to say?
I feel bad for you. I don't want to tell you how bad it was.
If a guy goes out of the way and tells you it's good,
that's when you know it's good. Yeah, that's a great point.
Nobody's going to go out of their way to lie to you about how much.
bingo. Hey, I got another hint for you. White wine does absolutely nothing for you. Red wine is what cleans the arteries that go to your heart.
Trust me, I drink 2 bottles of red wine a day, 2 bottles of white wine a day.
Joe's going to be dead in 5 years, but...
You're going to go out in style.
Really, really want to thank you for having us in and hanging out with us. This has been awesome, and I'm finally, because I've been talking about this place to these guys, so I'm finally happy for them to actually try.
Shit, I drove down from Maine like 2 hours ago to come here, man. Yeah.
Because I was like, you have to do it.
That's what makes me happy, stuff like that, you know?
Rural Rick Ross, regal riffraff, reading Rainbow Renegade, Ryan, recitations.
So I don't know how we're gonna make the lobster, but I'm ready to fuck as many lobsters as I need to.
I think let's do some shots of whiskey and shots of drawn butter.
Raccoons, rabbits, rotund.
This place is actually delicious.
Is this Tapatio?
Taco Loco.
Oh, Taco Loco, yeah.
Tapatio's back there.
Yeah.
Taco Loco is awesome. Look how freaking cheap it is. Hey! We're very popular. We finish up at the historic Mount Vernon restaurant, where thirsty Somerville residents have been going for over 70 years. This place is frozen in time, complete with Keno on the monitor and bartenders who have been wearing vests a lot longer than any of you Prohibition-era revival hipsters have even been alive. Plus they offer twin lobsters for $14.99 with a tub of drawn butter. It's a perfect substitute for peanuts as a bar snack.
Yo, I wake up, make a K-cup, then I blaze up shave with a razor blade. My head is still crooked, I'm reading a book and my body was made in Maine.
It's not often that I actually eat like just steamed lobster. I always enjoy it. It's just not something that you would ever order in a restaurant, but when it's like 14 bucks and you're just in a bar and they have it like this, like why not?
Can I be completely honest with you? I don't like lobster. I don't want lobster. I hate lobster. This lobster's cooked perfectly, tastes great. I don't want it. I don't want it. I would rather eat a steak. I can't think of an animal I would not rather eat than this. Explain lobster to me. Explain why. Joe, you're the real answer to this. Why lobster?
Lobster to me, it's not like a special treat. It's just something I like lobster because it's just sweet. I mean, I like all shellfish really. Really lobster is just a vehicle for hot butter.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's so awesome.
Is shrimp not a vehicle for cocktail sauce?
Yeah, but this is hot butter.
Yeah.
I'm done holding on to the past, trying to make $1 million and then go and take a nap. Hell yeah. Until then, no sleep, cause sleep is the cousin of the two-horn creep from the deep. I'm done holding on to the past, trying to make $1 billion and then go and take a nap.
Most people who have lived in Somerville for a long time will tell you that the neighborhood has undergone enormous change over the past 10 years, transforming what was once a very dangerous place into the flourishing cultural scene that it is now. With its proximity to Boston, I suppose that was only a matter of time, but what I enjoy most is the way the new school seamlessly integrates with the old. How you can begin your night at Back Bar and end it in Mount Vernon and everything in between. A great place to be, off the wagon.
More the read a book type chauffeur, no sir, doper than I look like.
And you know, the rabbit is the healthiest thing you can eat. Because you know you are what you eat, so is an animal. A rabbit is a very, very fussy eater. All they eat is greens. I love everybody. What do I care? There's a guy that I play poker. This guy, Giovanni, everything Italian's the best. One of them idiots, you know? And he said, so I said, Giovanni, you know why Italy's shaped like a boot? Because you can't fit all that shit in a sneaker.
So
I feel like I'm 25. I eat like a rabbit and I fuck like a rabbit.
Time to let go.